Hi, this is Marty from Photoshop Art House. I'm going to show you how to design and create a clean, minimalist Bauhaus-inspired poster in just a few minutes. This fast tutorial covers how to create geometric shapes, bold typography, balanced composition, and subtle textures to recreate authentic 1920s and 1930s Bauhaus design. This is a great project for artists, designers, and Photoshop beginners. I provided a template that you could download so you could follow along. Its link is in my video's description or project files. It contains 2 layers, this very light poster design that we'll use as a guide, and a paper texture. Open the list of blend modes and click Multiply. This blends the paper's texture into all the layers that will make up our poster design. It gives it an aged vintage look. Before we start creating the shapes and the text, let's make sure everything will align perfectly. Go to View and ensure Snap is checked. If it isn't, just click it to activate it. We'll create a new layer below the texture by Control or Command clicking the New Layer icon. We'll be placing our first shape into this layer, but before that, let's organize our Layers panel by putting all of the shapes that we'll be making into one folder. This step isn't required, but it helps keep things neat and compact. Press Ctrl or Command G to place the layer into a group. Name the group Shapes. Make the empty layer active and open the Shape tools. Choose the Ellipse tool, and at the top, make sure Shape is selected. Click the Fill box, then click the color picker icon. In the hexadecimal field, type in CF4A31. Then click OK or press Enter or Return. Set the stroke to no stroke and click the gear icon. Tick Proportional and check From Center. This ensures we'll create a perfect circle from the center as we drag it out. Place your cursor in the center of the circle in the template and drag out to its edge. Without releasing your mouse or pen, press and hold the space bar to reposition as you drag it. Then release it to confirm the shape. Click the New Layer icon to make another new shape layer. Open the Triangle tool. Click the Fill box and the color picker icon. Type in F7D13A. Click the gear icon and tick Equilateral. Place your cursor on the bottom corner of the triangle in the template and drag out. As before, press and hold the spacebar to position it. To adjust its size, release the spacebar and drag the shape until it matches the template. Then release your cursor. Make another new layer. Open the Rectangle tool. Click the Fill box and the color picker icon. Type 2B 3 times. Click the gear icon and tick Unconstrained. Place your cursor at the bottom right of the triangle and drag up to match the height and the right edge of the template's tall, dark shape. Let the edges snap to the neighboring shapes. Select the bottom shape layer. We'll make a new layer directly under it by Control or Command clicking the New Layer icon. Click the Fill box, the color picker icon, and type 3A80BB. Drag out a shape to the top of the circle and anywhere to the right of the triangle. Drag each side of the shape until it snaps cleanly to the other shapes. Next, we'll mask out the upper left portion of the blue shape behind the red circle. Open the rectangular marquee tool and drag a selection over the part we want hidden behind the circle. Click the layer mask icon to make a layer mask of the selection next to the blue shape. Let's hide the blue outline path by pressing Ctrl or Command H. To refine the position of the mask, click the chain link icon between the thumbnail and the mask to unlink them. This allows us to move the mask independently from the shape. With the mask active, press V to switch to the Move tool. Drag the mask so it's flush with the circle's bottom and right edge. To nudge it 1 pixel at a time, use your arrow keys. Make the template active and make a copy of it by pressing Ctrl or Command J. Drag the copy up, and when you see a blue double line, release. This places that layer into the Group folder. Double-click the layer to open the Layer Style window. Click Stroke and click the color box. Type in 3A80BB. The size is 30 pixels and the position is inside. The blend mode is normal and the opacity is 100%. Reduce the fill to 0%. This makes the layer invisible except for the layer style we added. To see this, I'll Alt or Option click the eyeball icon next to the layer, which hides all the other layers. We can see that the border is the only visible part of that layer. To reveal all the layers back, I'll again Alt or Option click the eyeball icon. Scroll to the folder itself and collapse it to consolidate the Layers panel. Open the horizontal type tool and the type picker. I'm using a font called Novecento Sans Wide Ultra Bold, which I provided a link to in my video's description. There are plenty of other Bauhaus style fonts on the web. We'll start with a small point size. I'll make the text center aligned. Click the color box to open the color picker and make sure the hexadecimal code is 2B 3 times. Click on your document and type out your text. At the top, click the dynamic text icon. This feature automatically reflows and resizes text to fit within a bounding box, which we can then resize or reshape in real time. Before we adjust our text any further, go to View and turn Snap off so we can position our text with more control. Click the text, go to a corner of the bounding box, and drag it out to enlarge it. Continue to drag corners. We can adjust the spacing between the lines of text, called leading, which we can adjust in the Properties panel. If you don't see it, go to Window and click Properties. Under Dynamic Text, we'll see 2 adjustments. The one on the left is called Word Gap, which adjusts the space between words, and the one on the right is called Line Gap, which adjusts the leading. Hover your cursor over the line gap icon and drag it to the left or right to decrease or increase the leading. We can also adjust the leading by highlighting the line we want to move up or down, and in the character panel, drag the baseline shift icon to the right or left. We can also adjust a group of lines by highlighting all of them. Open the Transform tool by pressing Ctrl or Command T to position and resize the text to align it with the shapes. Lastly, hide the template. This is Marty from Photoshop Art House. Please click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.